viral because people are posting clips of what they're finding in their kids' programming. And it's transgenderism, non-binary identities, they, them pronouns, gay kisses, and the like. Now they're canceling their Netflix subscriptions. Let's talk about it.
Morning to you. It's Will Fellwinter here, the man in black, the cat in the hat, the dude with the goggles and the do-rap. What I keep telling you. Get your kids the hell up out of these white schools. Keep your kids away from white people unless you can supervise them. Netflix and the channel I got this from, the lovely Miss Amilla. How you doing, sweetie? Thank you. I won't be playing any more of that because I'm not trying to step on the young lady or anything. But these mofos out here weird, ain't they? This transgender crap, all that stuff. Look, if you're homosexual, that's one thing. Humanity has always had gay people. They were in Greece, they were in Rome, in Africa. Even the Native Americans had a group called Women's Robes. Now, some tribes did just kill them, other tribes didn't. Okay? It depends on where you were, who you were around, all that goodness. But gay people have always been a thing. Okay? In my opinion, homosexuality is nature's, population control. There's too many of you in a spot, you start breeding, or it's a chemical defect or a birth defect or something, I mean, considering all the other birth defects in the world, you got off kind of lucky. You're just, your preferences are off. You could have spina bifida or cerebral palsy or some shit. So, I mean, you got off lucky. But this transgender thing, that's a whole nother can of worms, no, isn't it? Even the gay community is saying, can we get the rest of the letters off of the LG and the B and all that? Can we just get rid of that? Can you blame them? I wouldn't want them around either. Because these freaks want to touch your kids. And some of the footage I've seen coming out of Atlanta, boy. Me and my friend Taz, my friend from work, we got into a bit of a debate because I'm like, bro, wait a minute. I stepped away from black culture a long time ago, so I'm really kind of out of it, out of touch, Black people are some of the most homophobic people in the country, period. How you talking about there's gay stuff going on? Then I seen footage coming out of Atlanta. Yeah. See, we're being around white people too damn long. See what it does? See what it does? Now these freaks are after your kids. Yeah. And it ain't just diversity, equity, inclusion. There is a dark force that has risen in this country, especially amongst white people. Except for the white people ain't out here terrorizing the other races anymore. They know better. They don't have to do all that. All they got to do is show you a bunch of gay shit, and apparently your kids turn gay. Which, dude, you're either born gay or you're not. All right? There's only 3 damn genders. Male, female, homosexual. That's it. There are no more. Then you have lesbian and gay men. Okay? There are no more genders here. We're not playing that game. Okay, because look at white people. Look at them. They went from around 60% of the population. Next year, they'll be below 50. Look this stuff up. That's what all this gay transgender shit does. It's fucking suicide. Because homosexuality and transgenderism is nothing more than a genetic bottleneck. It's a dead end. Because what's the one thing that these people don't do that everyone else does? Reproduce. That's why these trans freaks are in these schools shooting at these little kids. Because that's something they can't do. And this isn't the first time white people have had to deal with this kind of stuff. Remember in my feminism video when I talked about the Spartans? There was a reason why there wasn't 1,000 Spartans to contend with the Romans. They just surrendered. Leonidas and his brave 300. We will not surrender. We will die by Spartan law. So yeah, it's the Romans. We give up. This homosexuality, okay? But this transgenderism thing, this is the first time I'm hearing about transgender, okay? Well, it's not the first time. I'm not stupid. I know what the internet is, okay? I'm just a little ignorant. But as far as historically speaking, they weren't doing this. This is something new. For the first time ever, white people, you're doing something new. And just like everything else you do, you went too goddamn far. Okay? Now, they have talked about trans, but not like gender. Look at lycanthropy back in the Roman and Greek eras. Okay? Where you transform into something else. A werewolf or an animal, shapeshifters, all that good stuff. They had that, sure. But this transgender stuff, this ain't no good, kids. Because most of these people are pedos. Something's wrong. They want to touch your kids. They want to cut your kids' privates off. Well, I keep telling you, get your kids up away from white people. There's something wrong with them. There's something wrong. Okay? And apparently black people too. But then again, you got to understand, white people, that's the black man's God. That's their God. Anything that white people do, black people got to do it too. Like that's ever worked out for them for the past 61, 62 fucking years. But, hey, it's been past 6 minutes. I can curse now. Well, I did curse a little bit ago, didn't I? Well, I'm sorry. When it comes to kids, my pit bull activates. I'm sorry. I don't see white or black or yellow children. I just see little babies that could be taught something better. Okay? Babies and kids are my jam. Pause. Not like that. Okay? I mean, you like hearing a baby laugh? Dog, dude, I'm good for the rest of the day. Babies are the shit. All right, I'm sorry. I want one, but I can't find nobody worth a damn to even try. So, but yeah, it's time for us to really have a discussion. This transgenderism stuff, this gender shit going on in the white community, man. It is nothing to play with. Because see, there's consequences to it that nobody wants to talk about. Back in the 60s, late 60s, 70s, and all that, you had what? The sexual revolution. Of course, who pushed that? White women. Opened up their legs and bottlenecked an entire race of people. Yeah, hi, we exist. But you had a lot of swinging going on in that too. And remember, I was born in the 80s. I was born in 1981. Yeah, what did we have to deal with in the 80s and 90s? Yeah, AIDS. Yeah. And a lot of that, and I still say to this day that stuff was created to kill gay people because it started in the gay community here. Now, I can't speak for every other part of the world, but I can speak for what I witnessed here. At first, it was gay people that were dropping like flies. See what I'm saying? Now, look, I'm not trying to crack down on homosexuals or anything. I have gay relatives. I've worked with gay people. I don't care. All right, I'm not wired that way, but, we still cool, whatever. But it's not natural. It's not. That's why I say it's nature's birth or population control. Well, I guess you could say birth control too, because they don't reproduce. There's too many humans. Okay. And again, you have to look at white people because with white people, it's most prevalent. Other cultures don't tolerate it as much as white people do. See, I think the main reason why you're having so much homosexuality and gender issues within the West now is because of the cities. If you step back and look at two experiments that were done, they were both called the Mouse Utopia experiments. Basically, you had groups of mice. Well, first it was a group of lab rats. They were taken and placed into an environment. They were given everything they could want. Toys, materials to build nests, food, water, all that stuff. The only thing that they were restricted in was space. By the end, the females were bigger than the males and 100 times more aggressive. The males would just sit and preen and groom themselves all day. The last generation of mice were called the beautiful ones. A few years later, it was done again with Norwegian rats. The same thing happened. Starting to see a problem? If you look at the major cities here in America, and white people built this shit, okay? And this has been going on in white people's history all throughout. Okay? All throughout. It's been going on. All right? If you look at white civilization, Western civilization especially, they get to a certain point and then everybody turns gay for some reason. The women are hyper aggressive. Men don't want nothing to do with them. Then liberals come along and fuck it up. These people are clinically insane, kids. They're crazy. And one of the reasons why is they keep building these mega cities. You have people stacked on top of each other like they're sardines. Then nature kicks in and says, hey, look, there's too many of you in one place. Homosexuality. But just like with everything else, when it comes to the Western Europeans, the Western world, white people, yeah, they want to swing their stupid little pendulum left or right, left. I'm dyslexic. Sometimes shit comes out backwards. I apologize. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay. The problem is, what happens to the booger at the bottom of the damn pendulum? He gets cut in half. You see what I'm saying? White people never strive for balance. They don't. That's why they're always to some kind of extreme. And they never learn from their mistakes. Ever. Look at Rome. Look at the Greek city-states. Look at the French Revolution. Okay? World War I, World War II. The state America's in, the Civil War. White people. It's white people. There's something horribly wrong with them. They're another example of what not to do. Don't be building these great big giant mega cities and shit like that because shit goes wrong. And I'm serious. Go back and look up the Mouse Utopia experiments. Okay? It's a mammal thing. I think it's an everything thing. Because once you get a certain amount of something in an area, it tends to bleed away all the resources. You see what I'm saying? Then nature kicks in and says, nope, no more breeding. You get homosexuality. It's just a form of natural population control. But white people are clinically fucking insane and take everything entirely too damn far. All right? Damn it. I don't know what they keep putting in cigarettes, but now they won't stay lit. They're starting to get cold. Great. That's why I keep telling you. And if you look, since conservatives and stuff want to constantly pull out numbers and all that junk and garbage, yeah, the statistically, a white man will fuck your kid. Don't believe me? Look it up. Numbers don't lie here, kids. You can sit there and make all the bullshit excuses you want, but those numbers wouldn't be there if it didn't exist. You see what I'm saying? Keep your kids away from white people. Because if you don't, you send your son to one of these schools, you get a damn daughter back. But see, here's the issue that I'm really starting to see, especially with both white and black people. Okay, but more so with white people. All right. It's not just that they get to a certain point. Everything that is important to them eventually takes place below the waist. Even their spirituality. Okay? Think about it. Look at all those Capuchin monks and priests and all that stuff. Well, we can't have women in our lives and we can't have children because it distracts from the Lord. Nowhere in the holy book does it say a man of the cloth can't have a family. Nowhere. I've read the thing. I couldn't understand a lot of it because they use that thee, thou, doest bullshit. Okay. But nowhere I could find in the Bible does it say that a man of the cloth can't have a family of his own. That's why a Christian pastor or a preacher can. They can have a wife and kids. See what I'm saying? And look what happened in the Catholic community. Yeah, what did Robinson Williams say? They were playing hide the pedophile. Here's the pedophile. There's the pedophile. The pedophile's over here. The pedophile's down there. Because white people are clinically insane. If you step back and compare those priests and Capuchin monks and all that shit, it's the same thing as MGTOW and men's rights, really. That's all it is, except for now they hide behind porn and video games instead of the Bible, which was written by Emperor Constantine. Okay? And a group of Roman politicians. And we need to put the book down, it'll fuck you up. All right, I've got a little something planned up here for doing that too. My advice, all right, you see a school and it's got an overabundance of white and black kids in it, get your kids the hell out of their homeschool. Okay? Drop Netflix. Anything that's got any kind of DEI, Disney, Netflix, all that stuff. Don't let your kids around that stuff because they psychologically mess up your kids. All right? You send your son to these highfalutin white colleges and shit, you get a damn daughter back. All right? And then as a parent, you get that knock on the door. You get that phone call. Brr. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, I'm afraid we have some bad news about your child. Because you can't regrow private parts. Because see, white people, everything about white culture also is the next big thing, the next in thing, the next fashionable thing. That's why their culture is shit. It really is. Okay, to the point of where white people will shit on, backstab, and double cross their own people. If you want to see the inevitable outcome, of whiteness, look at black people, because black people just hit the fast forward button. I mean, come on, I'd ask Charlie Kirk about white people being dangerous, but he got a hole in his neck. And I'm not making a joke. I'm not trying to be funny at that man's expense. He did not deserve what he got, but he got it. And when you try to tell white people that this stuff is wrong, I mean, come on, dog, I have dyslexia. I'm ADHD, and I've been beaten ahead a lot. I am Gen X. I can look at this shit and figure it out. And I have learning disabilities. What does that tell you about the race of fucktards? See what I'm saying? Stop listening to these white people. They're straight up corruption. Everything they touch turns to shit. Come here to the Shenandoah Valley, for instance. All right? This valley used to be marshland and trees as far as the eye could see, from mountain range to mountain range. There are bald spots in it today. Yeah, they're trying to turn it into a fucking prairie because white people don't want to learn from their mistakes. They just keep doing it. You're not the boss of me. I'm a decider. You're not the boss of me. Now look at you. Can't even reproduce. And compare their society to the mouse utopia. The women are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, while the dudes are more focused on being prettier and prettier and prettier. See what I'm saying? Stop messing around with these white folks. Makes people, you can stay in their system, you can join me in the mountains. Okay? Because even Netflix is after your kids now. And their stock is dropping and all that. They'll bounce back. They'll bounce back. Okay? You can stay in the system and you can join me in the mountains, y'all. My name's William Fellwinter. It's nice to meet you. Y'all live safe and you live well out there. As long as Trump is in that office, people going to keep lashing out and being stupid. Y'all take care.